My name is Boopi. I'm a Class 3 observer from Sector 7. Specialization, short-lived, intelligent biological species. They assign me to Earth. Mission duration, 47 local years. They call them days. My job is to stay in orbit, scan, record, analyze, and send reports. No contact, no interference. Just watch. I've been watching for 8 local years now, and I still don't understand how they're still alive. Here are my notes. They're messy because humans are messy. Day 187. Coffee every morning. About 73% of adult individuals pour a hot black liquid with a very strong smell into themselves. They call it "coffee". At first I thought it was poison, a cleansing ritual, or some kind of punishment. But no, they drink it willingly. Even worse, they become irritated and aggressive if they don't get it within the first 90 minutes after waking up. One man comes to the same place every day and says the same sentence: double espresso, no sugar, make it quick. He says it like his life depends on it. Then he sits for 7 minutes, stares at a small rectangular device, and quietly swears. I checked. During those moments, his cortisol level spikes, then crashes. So he poisons himself on purpose, just so he can feel relief afterward. That's brilliant. And completely insane. Day 419. Food as a social ritual. They don't eat just to refuel, they turn it into entire ceremonies. Example: family breakfast. Everyone sits at the table. Each person takes a small piece of something: yellow egg, something green vegetables, something brown bread. And they all try to talk at the same time. Half the conversation is complaining that someone ate the last piece. Then they go to work and spend the whole day dreaming about the next meal. At 12:13. They text each other, "What's for lunch?" At 17:47, "What's for dinner?" At 22:19, "Late night pizza?" Food for them isn't fuel. It's their main conversation, their main dream, and the main reason they don't kill each other. Day 832. Clothing. They spend huge amounts of resources covering their bodies with layers of fabric, and the rules change depending on temperature, mood, status, day of the week, and even whether it's casual Friday. Women put on shoes with very high thin sticks and then complain that their feet hurt. Men buy identical dark pants for 200 local units of money, even though the exact same ones cost 20. They call it brand. And then once a year comes a day called Halloween. They voluntarily wear the stupidest costumes: tomatoes, giant hot dogs, skeletons, sexy versions of fruit. And they walk the streets asking for candy. I reviewed 47,000 hours of footage. Nowhere else in the galaxy does a species dress up as something else so hard just to get sugared. 1204. Dogs. This is a separate phenomenon. They domesticated smaller predators, feed them, wash them, sleep with them, take photos of their butts and post them online, and they get extremely offended if someone says it's just an animal. One man sits on the floor every day after work and talks to his dog like this: "So, handsome? How's my good boy? Who's the best? You're the best, aren't you?" The dog just breathes and wags its tail, and the man looks happier than at any other moment. In the last 8 years of observation. Conclusion: a dog is the only creature on the planet that a human allows to see the weak, and they're not ashamed of it. Day 1673. Social media. They created a parallel reality where everyone can pretend to be whoever they want. And then they suffer comparing their real life to other people's perfect pictures. Most popular post type: just enjoying the moment, under a photo of someone sitting on a beach, holding coffee, again coffee, smiling like they just got a billion. 14 minutes later, the same person writes in private messages, "I'm depressed. Everything sucks. I can't understand. Why do they constantly lie to beings they'll never meet and then suffer so much when no one believes them?" Day 2119. Love. This is where I finally gave up. They find one individual, get emotionally, physically, and socially attached. Then half the time they try to change them, the other half they're terrified they'll leave. When the person does leave, they cry, drink alcohol, another poison they love. write long unsent messages in their phone, and listen to sad music. Then they find a new person and start over. It's not logical. It's not efficient. It hurts. But when I see two people just sitting on a bench, holding hands and being silent, I pause all scanners. For 3-4 seconds, I just watch. Maybe the entire meaning I can't grasp is hidden in those 3-4 seconds. Final entry. Day 2847, they ordered me to finish observation and return. I replied, requesting extension. New data requires further clarification. That was a lie. There is no new data. I just don't want to leave. It's strange here. It's chaotic. It hurts and it's funny at the same time. They poison themselves with coffee, dogs, love, and photos of a tomato in a costume. But sometimes at night, when everyone's asleep, I see someone step out onto a balcony, look at the sky, and quietly say, "If you're out there, just give me a sign." I don't give a sign. I can't. But every time someone does that, I feel something strange in my cooling systems. Like I want to step onto that balcony myself and say, "I'm here." And I don't understand what's going on either. But I like watching. Maybe that's my final report. Boopi, Class 3 Observer. Earth. Still here. The end.